You know the thing about people? They never see the worth of something until it's already gone. They wander through life blind, thinking they've got it all figured out, convinced they can live without you. But you're not someone they can just erase. No, when they lost you, they lost everything. Funny, isn't it? They act like you're disposable, like you're some worn-out trinket they can toss aside when something shinier shows up. But here's the twist. They don't understand. Without you, their world will start caving in, slow and brutal, like a house of cards in a storm. By the time they realize, it's already too late. Ever notice how people swear they care, but the moment you're gone, they're the first to pretend you never mattered? They carry on like you were never even there, like your absence is just a hairline, crack in their perfect little world. But cracks grow, cracks spread, and eventually, the whole damn thing falls apart. They'll blame you, say you didn't try, say you weren't enough. But you and I know the truth. You gave everything. You showed up raw, honest, bleeding, while they just played their games. You suffered for them. You broke for them, and still they threw you away. What did you get in return? Nothing. No, worse than nothing. You got stabbed in the back. You got abandoned. You got left drowning in the dark. But here's the truth, kid. You were the light. You were the reason it all made sense. Now they're stumbling blind through the shadows, pretending they're fine, but deep down, oh, they know they blew it. So let them rot in that regret. Let them choke on the emptiness your absence carved out of their lives. Because here's the thing, you never needed them. They needed you. Ever feel like no matter how much you gave, it was never enough? Like no matter how hard you tried, they just couldn't see you? That's because they were blind, too lost in their own tiny little worlds to notice the storm you carried inside. And that storm, that's your strength. That's what made you different. And that's why they feared you, because they knew you could stand alone. They knew you were stronger without them. And the best part, watching them crumble, watching them realize that losing you meant losing everything that kept their world together. They'll try to replace you, to fill that void, but they'll fail. They'll always fail, because there's only one you. No one else can fit that mold. And when they're left screaming at the sky, begging for answers, it'll be far too late. You've moved on, risen from the ashes they left you in. And now you're sharper, tougher, stronger. Them, they're nothing but fading echoes, empty shells of what they once pretended to be. Hollow, weak, but you're free now. Free from their chains, from their lies, and the whole damn world is yours to claim. So don't waste a heartbeat mourning those who never truly saw you. Don't burn another ounce of energy on the ones who let you slip away. They had their chance, and they shattered it. You owe them nothing. Let them stew in their regret. Let them drown in their own sorrow. Meanwhile, you keep climbing, keep pushing, keep swinging, because when they lost you, they lost the one thing that ever truly mattered. Ever wonder what happens when you finally walk away? Really think about it. For years, they took you for granted, thought you'd always be there. Always. That was the bet they made, that they could toss you aside one day and find you smiling the next. It's hilarious, really. This delusion that you just forgive, forget, and keep pouring yourself into them like an endless fountain of second chances. But you're not, and that's the punchline, the brutal, perfect punchline. Because one morning, you wake up with clarity, sharp enough to cut steel. You realize you're done. You see you're no longer their puppet, and that string they thought they wrapped around you is in pieces. You snapped just like that, and the moment you cut yourself loose, everything shifted. At first, they panic in silence. Oh, they'll tell themselves it's just a phase, that you'll be back. They cling to the fantasy that you need them, far more than they ever needed you. But they're wrong, dead wrong. They don't see it yet. They don't understand that the second you step out that door, the instant you take that first breath of freedom away from their tiny, toxic little world, everything changes. Because when they lost you, they didn't just lose someone willing to endure their nonsense. They lost the rope keeping them from sinking into their own filth. You were the one holding them steady when they couldn't even stand, and still they had the audacity to treat you like you were nothing. But here's the twist. People like that never see the treasure in their hands until it's gone. The moment you're gone, the cracks start forming. Slowly, relentlessly, their world begins to collapse. They'll slap on a smile, put on a show, act like you never mattered. But inside, they're breaking piece by piece. Because when they lost you, they lost the glue that kept their fragile mess from falling apart. They'll try to patch it up, try to fill that void with someone else, something else, but it never works. It never will. No matter how much they try, no matter what tricks they pull, it's never the same. And you know what cuts them the deepest? is not just losing you. No, it's the gut-wrenching truth that they had everything they could ever need, and they threw it away. They could have had you right there beside them, someone who would fight tooth and nail for them, stand unshaken through every storm. But they were too blind, too selfish, too foolish to see it. Now they live with the fallout. You weren't just a chapter in their story. You were the story. You were the fire in their cold nights, the pulse that kept their heart from stopping, the reason they got up in the morning. Without you, they're hollow, just empty, vessels drifting through life, trying to convince themselves they're fine. But deep down, they know they ruined the best thing they ever had. And now they have to watch you rise, watch you become everything they never believed you could be. Every win you claim, every milestone you reach, every step you take away from them is another blade twisting in their gut. They'll bleed for it. They'll bleed silently, never admitting it out loud. And that's the beautiful part. You don't have to gloat. You don't have to fight. All you have to do is live brighter, louder, freer, while they rot in their regret, trapped in the dark, wishing they could rewind time and undo the moment they let you go. They wish they could take back every word, undo every move, rewrite every choice, but they can't. It's over. They lost you, and in losing you, they lost it all. But you're free now. Free to become whoever the hell you choose. Free to rise above their deceit, their petty games, their desperate attempts to chain you down. And believe me, they'll try. Oh, they'll come crawling, hands scraped, voice shaking, pleading for one more chance. But you owe them nothing, not a single thing. You gave them your all, and they threw it away without a thought. Now it's your turn. Take your life back, take your power back. And don't you dare glance over your shoulder. Don't you dare let them believe they'll ever own even a fragment of you again. You're stronger now, you're sharper, wiser, and them, they're empty without you. So let them sit in their misery. Let them drown in the weight of what they've done. And you keep rising, keep fighting, because when they lost you, they lost everything. And here's the cruel twist. One day, as they stand in the rubble of the life they thought was unshakable, they'll see the truth. They'll scan the faces of those they replaced. You with all the noise, all the distractions, and none of it will matter. No matter how hard they try to pretend otherwise, the emptiness will still be there. You'll still be gone. And in that quiet, crushing moment, they'll finally know what they've lost forever. The day will come when they finally accept they can never have you back. By then, you'll be miles beyond them, untouchable, out of reach, and they'll feel the loss in their very bones. They let go of the only thing that truly mattered, and you'll be stronger, colder, perhaps, but wiser. The scars will remain, yes, but they'll serve as armor now, constant reminders that you were always more than they ever deserved. You never needed their approval, not then, not now. When they lost you, they lost everything. But you gained it all. You gained yourself, and in the end, that's the only victory that ever mattered. So walk away without hesitation, without a backward glance. They'll spend the rest of their hollow lives trying to replace you, searching, begging, even lying to themselves that they've found better. But deep down, they'll know the truth. Nothing will ever compare. Every time they imagine what their life could have been, your absence will haunt them. That unfillable void will be their greatest punishment. They'll carry the weight of that mistake until it crushes them, too broken to repair a thing. But you'll keep moving, keep rising. You've already won simply by leaving. Let them drown in their regrets, while you grow stronger, while you become everything they failed to see. Because in the end, when they lost you, they lost everything, and you gained the whole damn world.